Welcome back to your Amaretto Sour tutorials. I forgot to mention in my first video, this is my favorite site we've ever designed. So great choice. I'm super excited to see your online home. Please make sure you tag us whenever you customize your site because we can't see it unless you tag us. So if you DM me on Instagram and let me know that it's live, I would love to see, or email our team at info@tonicsiteshop.com and let us know. Now, as you're customizing your site, I want to talk about a couple of best practices. Number one, I highly recommend opening up your old site, if you have one, in a separate window and then copying some of your content and text over to a Google Doc so that all you have to do is have a Google document open and you can copy and paste into your new website as you need it. The second thing that I recommend is before you get too extensive with your customizing, try just switching out your content first. So before you switch out all the fonts and all the colors and really dive in, just try to put your content in first and then make those changes to your styling a little bit by little bit. The most common concern that we hear from clients is, oh my gosh, I changed so much and now I just want it back to the way that it was because I got too carried away because it was so much fun playing in the show at Builder, but I think I deviated too much from the original template and I need some help. So just switching out your content first really helps you get an idea for what you're playing with before you make those more extensive changes. And then the last thing that I would say is just don't feel the need to change too much to start with. There's a reason you purchased a template and you can always change over time. So because you have this new iterative site that you can actually design and control, go ahead and publish a version, even if it's not the absolute perfect version of what you want forever, knowing that you can always update and elevate later on. So those are just a few best practices for getting started. Now I want to walk you through some of the important things that you're going to find on your website specific to Amaretto Sour. So the first question that you're going to have is, which about page am I going to use? I have this shorter about page and your regular about page. You can keep whichever one you don't want to use. All you have to do right here is say unused about page. And then in Show It, you can set this setting right here to not publish it, which is so cool. So you're going to be able to see that you have this section of your site, and you can do that with any page of your website. For example, if you don't need a media kit or any of these sections right now, you can just toggle this off and not publish it. That way, if you just wanted to, for example, put up a home page for the moment and then just toggle everything else off, you could totally do that. So that's easy. Now, the next thing that you can do here is just realize that you don't have to use every single section of every page. So if you wanted a super abbreviated about page, for example, even less than the one that I gave you, all you would have to do is just delete any section that you don't want to use. So to do that, you would go to your page, excuse me, and then you would click on the section, and then you would just click cut on any canvas that you decide, I don't think I really need this. So you can see right here that this entire page gets very minimal very quickly. All I have to do is swap it out. Now, one thing I've decided right now is, okay, I don't think I want this full width image right here. I think I just want one image. So to change that, I could either copy a section from another page that just has one image. So I'm just going to copy this image right here, copy, paste it over. And then all I would have to do to change out this background is click this area, and you can remember that the right-hand side is going to pop out, and I can go to Canvas Background and say no image. Okay, so now I'm just going to have this one image, and I can change this image to be whatever size I like. Okay, I'm going to make sure that it's centered again, and now taking my own advice, I'm going to check mobile and make sure that it's good there as well. Now, you're going to see right here that you have these horizontal, kind of what look like cut lines, and these are where you can change the size of your canvas. So right here, I'm going to make this section a little bit bigger. Let's show you what I'm doing. I can make this have more space, or I can reduce the space. So you have, these are just basically the sizing of each particular canvas on your website, and you have total control over how big or small. So if, for example, you have more or less text here, all you would need to do is delete that text and then drag up your canvas like this. Okay. Now, one common question we have is, how do I make sure that my spacing looks good like it did whenever I first bought the template? And for that, I usually suggest just opening up your tonic demo of your site. So for example, going to amarettosour.tonicsiteshop.com And then all you would have to do is just pull up that original page to get an idea of what it used to be. So I'm going to say, okay, let's see here. This is about how much space there was before. It looks like I have like quite a bit more, and either I can say, okay, well, I like that, or I can say, wait a second, I kind of want it to be how it was. There we go. Now it's more equidistant between those sections. So that's a little bit overview of just kind of a couple of sections on your site. You can see right here, I would need to move this right here and change that. Now, there's some specific pages that are included in your site. Let's take a look at some of your freebies. So right here, you're going to see these awesome different opt-in sections. This long form freebie page honestly should be worth $500 in and of itself. It's built with everything that we know about creating the most highest converting opt-in pages and lead pages. So we hope that you love it. All you have to do to use this is just delete your form, and then you're going to copy and paste in a form from whatever email provider that you use. So maybe you use something like ConvertKit or Flowdesk. All you would need to do is click embed code and then copy and paste in your email form. Now, if you have any questions about that, Showit has amazing help tutorials on adding a Flowdesk form, adding a ConvertKit form, and etc. So all you'll need to do though is just delete those forms. If you're worried like, why are my forms not working? That's why. You can also see that here in this footer, we have this other subscribe form right here, same thing. We only include these for you to get an idea of the kind of form that you might create. And then right here, you can see this is where you'll be able to know what styling to choose as well. So those are your freebie sections right here. Then let's move on to the portfolio. So the portfolio in Showit this is one of my favorite pages of the design, and it's super, super simple to use. So this is your gallery landing page. This is just a pro tip. I was very torn on whether this should be black or not. It also looks amazing on black. So that's just a little customizing tip, just in general, because I thought this was so beautiful. So that's a quick option. And then these are the different galleries. So for right now, I might say you could do something like this, where this is just like a general gallery, like headshots, or you could use this for specific galleries like Jen and Aaron in Brazil, okay? Or like a stunning wedding in Cartagena. Why did I pick something I'm not sure how to spell? I don't know. So stunning wedding in Cartagena. If I decided I don't want those to be all caps, I can do this right here, and you can also change it to be title case right there. So there we go. So now all I would have to do to actually create the stunning wedding in Cartagena is you have several different gallery choices. So we have the tiled gallery, we have the editorial gallery, we have the sliding gallery, and this is basically just a carousel style, and the full screen gallery. And so this is just going to open up a full screen window of images. Now, my favorite gallery, oh, this is why I did Cartagena. I used that before. So this is the tiled gallery, and this is the gallery that I most recommend for your website. I think this is absolutely gorgeous, and all you have to do to use it is title it with whatever you want it to be, and Aaron in Cartagena. Now, what I recommend doing for this is not just typing people's names, but doing an SEO friendly title like this particular venue in Cartagena, this location, this style, something like that. So in this section right here, all you would need to do is swap out your background image. Let's see here. We'll pretend this is the new header, and I can choose here where I want that to show. I can show the top, I can show the middle, the bottom. That looks pretty nice. We're going to choose that. Then right here, I can toggle in and to select the different aspects of the shoot. I can tag any vendors, talk a little bit about the style, or if I wanted, I can just delete this and not have that section entirely and make this like a super simple editorial layout. Then you're going to swap out these images. Now this is also completely optional. You don't have to use these top sections that have images. They're just supposed to give people like a little brief on what it's going to look like. But here's what you're going to see live. So you're going to see this beautiful tiled gallery like this. And then when you finish, you can go back to this gallery portfolio page. So all you have to do to change images and to add images to this gallery is just click the gallery. I'm going to zoom in, click gallery images, click manage images, and you're going to be able to see everything that you have in the gallery right here. Now, I can toggle this out if I want to see it a little bit bigger, and I can just drag and drop between if I'd like, or like this. There we go. So I can say, I think I want this one first, and etc. So there's a ton of gallery customization possible. It's really easy to add images to the gallery and move them around. Show It was originally built for photographers, so they've tried to make this aspect really simple and really great. Okay, there we go. I'm going to click Save. So here's my new gallery. I'm going to keep dragging and dropping. There we go. Now I'm happy with it, and all I would need to do is title this like I said. So this venue in Cartagena, modern style, whatever. And then all you would need to do is duplicate this as many times as you would like. So if I wanted to add another gallery, I would just need to customize it like I just did, and then add another title. Then when you're down here, you can just then link them, as we've now learned to do. We'd select all of these and we'd say, let's link this to this venue in Cartagena, modern style. I should probably also link the image. So you can do this as many times as you want for as many galleries as you have. This is a super simple way to do it. And so all you have to do right here is duplicate these sections if you want more. There's also this other gallery index that we have as an option for you that we hid, and it's just a little bit more simple right here. So if you wanted to have something that's more simple and you wanted to say, okay, I just want them to kind of all display at once, or I want to do 3 featured and then some more like this, you could do that. Options, that's what we're looking for. Now, this is one of my favorite sections of the site, and so I have to clarify, if you do not have a list of locations, this could also be anything else that you wanted. So if I could set this as another gallery of options and favorites. So this could be headshots, and I could say view more. View more. So this is just a layout that's super beautiful that you can use and browse and create whatever you would like with it. It's just a gorgeous design for you to play with. So if you don't want to use it, again, all you have to do is say, hey, I don't want this to be visible. You can also, what I often do is have sections that I want to use but don't have room for, and I'll just make a blank page. So I'm going to just create a blank page right here. And I'm going to copy in that section right here. Oops, I must have missed it. Let's go back and get it. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to go to the section. I'm going to click copy. Go down to my new page. Paste trusted by. So now I have this page where I have that beautiful section. I can call it something like layouts. And then if you decide what you want to use it for later, you can do it, but you don't have to have it on that page where you're not sure if you need it at that moment. So that's how your galleries work. You can also use a mixture of the different galleries, but they're all going to work the same way, where you just have to click particular images, and that's how it's going to work. Just click right here, and you can see all the different ones right there. Then the sliding gallery, again, works exactly the same way. Just click the images, and you can add and subtract as you need. Now, the shop page is a really cool page. It's basically this entire resources toolkit. And again, just like with all of our other templates, you only have to use what you need. So these are sections for you to mix and match as you would like. It's not a true shop in that we really want you to use it for like a huge e-commerce store. It's more of like an influencer shop, or if I wanted to create a list of my favorite things for people to be able to shop them, I can do that here. So all you have to do to get this going is just link different products. You can just manually link them and to wherever people can actually purchase them. So often our people are going to use like to know it links or word style links to get those things set up. And you can see then here, you can use this section for your affiliate links as well. You can link to affiliate blog post. This is just designed to give you this entire resources toolkit to show people some of your favorite things. Obviously, we also put a gorgeous opt-in on it because we want you to build your list. So these are the various sections of your site. The last thing that I'll highlight is your contact form. So your contact form is right here. It's automatically set up to actually compute and go to this form submitted page right here. So that's already been done for you. And then your services page, this is a gorgeous long form services page. And this drop down menu is really fun. So just if you wanted to add another service, I'm going to walk you through that really quickly. All you would need to do is first duplicate this section. Okay, and we're going to change it to something else. website design. Okay, and then we're going to duplicate this other one. All right, so now we have 3 and 3A, and then we're going to change this right here to say number 4. So I'm going to change this so just we're not confused, rename it to service 4, and then rename this to service 4A. Okay, there we go. Now, the only way that this works is with this plus and minus sign. So I'm going to go to service. This right now is going to link to service 3A, and we need to link it to service 4A. So we're going to do that. This is going to show that canvas, which was hidden to start right here. So now I'm going to go back to the section, and you can see here that there are 2 of what we call canvas views, number 1 and number 2. So this is basically showing you 2 different ways that this section can look. So this minus sign is also going to be linked, and I'm going to change this to say 4A as well. So that's how your show it drop down menu is going to function. Then you'd be able to just customize this information right here, and that should work just fine for you. I'll just swap this out. There we go. The last thing that I want to walk you through before we go to your blog are your menus. So in the top menus, you're going to be able to see 2 different options at the top. There's a black menu and there's a white menu. And there's no way for us to make it so you only have to customize them one time, unfortunately. So you will need to go ahead and switch each one out individually. So the top menu right here, I have just to click top menu. Okay, there we go. I'm going to customize that one. I can customize all of these different links. I can change it out to different things. So coaching. And then all I'd have to do to set a link is just go to quick actions and link it to the page of my choice. There we go. Alrighty, so then I'm going to come over to my about page and I'm going to do the exact same thing on the black section. Okay, so top menu, black. Jen Olmsted. There we go. Switch this out to say coaching. And that's how you edit the menus on your site. So then these changes will be reflected throughout your entire site. And then your mobile menu is going to be operating the same way, except for this will change on every single page. So if I wanted to change this once, I can change this like this. So one thing I want to show you before we move on to the blog is something called special paste. So I'm going to change this one piece of text to black. Now, it would be kind of annoying if I had to sit here and change everything to black from this moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click copy, okay? And then I'm going to select the things I want to be black, like so. And I'm going to hit Shift Command V, and it changes all of them to that same style. So I'm going to do the same thing with this different font. That changes all of them to that same style. So you can see here that that's just a super quick way if you wanted to change a bunch of things all at once. Now, the annoying thing is that it doesn't work from mobile to desktop. So you'll just do the same thing though on mobile. Select them all, Shift Command V. So just remember Shift Command V, show it refers to that as special paste. It's highly useful, has saved me hours of my life. So this is your specific to Amaretto Sour pages and settings review and tutorial, and now we're going to be moving on to the blog. So take a bathroom break and I'll see you in just one moment for that.